Welcome to Safe Again, a mind-body-soul reset for the tired addict. Module 4, Feel Without Numbing. You made it here, good. But let's get one thing straight. I'm not your savior, no one is. That fantasy of someone swooping in to fix you, making the pain disappear, burn it. You've been waiting long enough for a rescue that isn't coming. This is yours to own now, and yeah, that's brutal, but it's also within your power. I'm Julie. I'll be guiding you through this module. This is a safe space, yes, but don't confuse it with comfortable. We're not here to play nice. We're here to pull back the curtain, expose the lies you've been telling yourself, and stop pretending that numb equals okay. You know what numbing looks like: the scroll, the drink, the hookup, the grind, the fake smile, the zoning out, the pretending you're fine when you're bleeding inside. You've medicated your feelings with anything that offered you a second silence, but it's killing you, slowly, quietly, and you know it. Here's the truth: feeling hurts. But not feeling, that's worse, because numb doesn't mean peace. It means disconnected from your own life. You've been surviving, barely, but you're not living. So this module, it's about getting your soul back, one feeling at a time, not spiraling, not performing, not collapsing in the pain, just facing it, staying conscious through the itch to escape. We'll break down how addiction rewires your brain, hijacks your breath, turns your own body into an enemy, and we'll show you how to start undoing that damage, not with shame, not with willpower, but with real presence. You don't need another rock bottom. You don't need another breakdown. You need to stop running. So here's the challenge: stay, sit with yourself. 60 seconds, no fix, no scroll, no distraction, just you in your body right here. It's not going to feel good. It's not meant to. But it's real, and that's where change begins. Let's dive in. Module 4, Feel Without Numbing. Welcome to that part where you stop lying to yourself. This module isn't here to help you feel better. It's here to make you feel honest, and that's going to hurt. Let me tell you about Ben. Ben used to pull apart radios for fun. Curious kid, bright. By 12, he was soldering wires and writing his own code. By 22, he hadn't showered in 3 days and was pissing in bottles because the pause menu felt like death. He said it was the lag that pissed him off. No, it was the silence. Silent meant thoughts, and thoughts meant facing the fact that his life was in freefall. So he booted up another server, another world, another lie. Games used to be fun. Then they became anesthesia. Then they became the needle. When the bootleg neurostimulation rigs dropped, he didn't hesitate. He wasn't chasing highs. He was deleting himself in real time. Every jolt, every janky pause of fake intimacy just dug him deeper into the void. He told himself he was fine, that he would quit after this update, or after he got his own place. Then he got his apartment, and the silence inside is what nearly killed him. So he numbed even harder. He modded darker. He let strangers in without names, without faces, just meat suits trying to escape. He didn't feel like a man anymore. He felt like a port of electricity. By the time the neighbor knocked, it was already too late. The skin infection had spread. His skin was peeling. The system was overheating. His heart had stopped. He died, logged in, game over. Now meet Barry, a man who couldn't quit. Barry lit up every morning like it was a ritual, wheezing, spitting, hating the warning labels on the cigarette packet, because he knew it was right. He already had the heart attack, the open heart surgery, the staples, the lectures, the wife that walked, the friends who gave up. He lit a cigarette in the hospital stairwell the same day they carved open his chest. Said it helped with the pain. Then came the emphysema. He called it a little wheeze. Then the bladder cancer. He didn't blink, just stubbed out his smoke in the hospital ashtray like the punchline hadn't even landed. Then his lungs began to collapse. One by one, didn't stop him. He hacked up blood into tissues. He called it just winter. He had an oxygen tank in one hand and lit a cigarette in the other. His fingers were yellow, his skin ash. His doctor stopped calling. His daughter blocked his number. Then he couldn't smoke anymore. Tubes down his throat, arms strapped to a bed. He panicked. Not because he was dying. He already knew that, because he couldn't get his fix. So he flew overseas, found a sketchy clinic, paid a bankrupt surgeon to install a port, a hole in his throat to smoke through. Lit up as soon as the anaesthetic wore off. Smoke poured out of his neck like a demon trying to escape hell. He croaked through the machine voice box. Can't quit now. It'll be a waste. You think this doesn't apply to you. You think addiction is different, cleaner, smarter, safer. You're just a few choices away from being Ben or Barry. Maybe you're halfway there already. It isn't about shame. This is about war, and you're fighting against your own nervous system, wired for escape, built for numb. But if you don't learn how to feel, really feel, you'll die trying to avoid it. Let's begin. And don't look away. Not this time. Why am I even talking to you about this? Because avoidance lives in the body. Addiction isn't just about what you do, it's about how you feel. That racing heart when you're alone, the tight jaw of emotions that creep in, the restlessness when you slow down. The avoidance doesn't start in your head, it starts in your nervous system. This course helps you gently retrain your body to stay with your feelings, not run with them. You'll learn to recognize emotional signals not as threats, but as invitations to heal. Because numbing is exhausting. You don't have to use to numb out. Emotional addiction can look like shutting down, overthinking, people-pleasing, perfectionism. Running from your own feelings takes a toll. That temporary sense of control always leaves you drained mentally, physically, spiritually. We'll teach you how to stay present with discomfort without drowning in it. You're allowed to feel everything without fixing, without or without freezing. Because you're tired of the loop. You've told yourself, this time I'll handle things differently. But when the pressure builds or the past gets loud, you default to the same emotional escape routes. That doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. What can change is how you relate to your emotions. This course helps you stop reacting and start responding with clarity, compassion, and courage. You don't have to keep checking out. You can learn to feel again, fully, honestly, and without shame. About me, I'm Julie, a certified clinical hypnotherapist, a master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming, and a life coach. I specialize working with the mind and subconscious mind to help you unlock your true potential. The addiction loop. Let's start with the part of you that never switches off, your subconscious. It's running the show right now in the background, regulating your breathing, blinking your eyes, digesting your lunch, keeping you alive without asking your permission. But it's not just keeping tabs on your body, it's tracking your emotions, every flinch, every spike, every pattern of fear, shame, guilt, or worthlessness. It records what you feel, especially when you feel it often. So what happens when you start fixating on the TikToker who seems to have it all, on the group chat where you always feel one step behind, on the glance someone gave you in class that your brain instantly rewrites as, they probably think I'm weird. You don't even clock it, but your nervous system does. Your shoulders tense, your jaw locks, your breath shallows, you scroll longer, you overthink, you lie awake replaying what you said, what you wore, how you laugh. And no, you're not just having a bad addiction day, you're emotionally hijacked. This isn't stress, this is addiction. Because here's the truth most people don't want to say out loud. Addiction isn't just about the substances, it's about the escape. You're addicted to checking out, to the scroll, to the shutdown, to the self-loathing, addicted to avoiding the discomfort that comes with actually feeling. Here's how it works. A thought sparks a feeling, that feeling hijacks your body, the body reaction feeds the thought, and now you're stuck in a loop, spinning. Now, no wonder why you can't think clearly. No wonder you keep freezing, fawning, snapping, zoning out, trying to disappear inside your own life. You're not just sensitive, you're caught in an addictive emotional feedback loop. You might avoid things that matter or try to be so perfect that no one gets mad. You might say sorry when you've done nothing wrong. It's exhausting. It's not your fault. These are learned patterns and repetition makes them feel real, feel true, but they're not. Your nervous system isn't broken. It's just bracing for impact. It's running on an outdated programming and now it's your job to update it. The good news, this isn't permanent. Emotional regulation is a skill. Emotional safety is something you can rebuild. It starts with awareness, with learning how to notice, feel, pause, respond instead of spiraling, reacting, or checking out completely. That's what we're doing here. This isn't fluff. This is nervous system rehab. You ready? Recognizing the addiction pattern. You're still running the same patterns, addict. You tell yourself different now. You've got it under control, but deep down you know the loop's still playing. The triggers, the escapes, the stories you tell to make it okay one more time. Let's stop pretending this is random. These aren't just habits, they're patterns wired into your nervous system, reinforced by your thoughts, wrapped in shame and dressed up as coping. You don't have to stay here, but if you're brave enough to look at what's actually going on, here's where it starts. Positive association to substance. It feels like this is the only thing that brings relief or comfort. I turn to it when nothing else seems to work. External locus of control. It feels like this is the only thing that brings me relief or comfort. I turn to it when nothing else seems to work. External locus of control. It's like everything's happening to me and I don't feel like I have much say in how things go. Denial justifications. I keep finding reasons why it's not that bad or why I deserve it right now. Deep down, I know I'm just avoiding the truth. Avoidant coping style. When things get hard, I check out, I shut down, scroll, disappear. Facing it feels too much. Intolerance for ambiguity. If I don't have a clear answer, I panic. Not knowing feels unbearable. I need certainty, even if it's the worst case scenario. Anxiety. My thoughts race, my chest tightens, I overthink everything, especially how others might see me. Your feelings lie to you. There's a moment when you reach for the substance. It's not because you want to, it's because you need to numb something. Maybe it's that feeling of anxiety, stress, or a rush of negative emotions you can't quite shake off. You want to force yourself to feel better, to force positivity, but here's the truth, feelings lie. The truth is, those feelings of discomfort or pain are just a temporary state. They don't define you, and they don't last forever. When you reach for substances to escape your emotions, you're simply choosing to mask the real feeling rather than face it. Muck around with interrupting your emotional patterns. For the next 7 days, you're going to sow the seeds of change. You've been numbing yourself with substances for long enough. Now it's time to wake up. When that urge hits, pause, look at yourself in the mirror and notice what's going on. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? Feel the discomfort, but don't reach for the substance. In fact, think about how your loved ones, your future self will feel once you've broken free of this. Interrupt the pattern. Do this every time you feel the urge to numb yourself. No more autopilot. You're choosing to face your emotions. Let that discomfort rise. Let it burn. You're strong enough to feel it, strong enough to deal with it without escaping. Become a tyrant of pattern interruption. For the next 7 to 14 days, you're going to obliterate that automatic pattern. The next time you feel the urge, you're going to break it forcefully. Feel it. Don't shrink from the discomfort. Stand up tall. Breathe deeply. Look at yourself dead in the eyes and say, I feel this, but I'm not my feelings. I can change this. Now do something about it. Find one thing you can do that doesn't involve the substance. Get outside. Drink water. Call a friend. You don't need the substance to get through it. Start interrupting the pattern, forcing yourself to do something else, something better. Get uncomfortable. Reframe your emotional frame. Break it like a tyrant. Feelings lie. They tell you that you need the substance to feel good to cope. Here's the truth. You don't need anything outside of you to change your emotional state. Every time the urge comes up, say to yourself, I don't need this to feel okay. I can handle this. This discomfort is temporary. I choose to face it. Don't let the feelings run the show. You are in control. You can change your emotional state without reaching for the substance. Disrupt the pattern, break it. Now, take a moment to close your eyes. Picture yourself in a situation where you'd normally reach for the substance. Feel that emotion rising, but this time you're not grabbing it. Instead, you pause, you breathe, you choose to break the pattern. See yourself feeling strong, empowered, and proud of making a healthier choice. That's the version of you want to become. Empower your change. Be a tyrant of your own emotions. You can retrain your brain. Every time you choose to interrupt the pattern, you're showing yourself that you don't need the substance to feel okay. You don't need to escape your feelings. You can handle them. So every day remind yourself that you're the one in control. Feelings lie. They are temporary. You get to decide how you respond to them. You get to decide how you respond to them. You don't need a substance to feel better. Feelings are just emotions. They don't last forever. You are stronger than your feelings. You can change them. You can face them head on and transform them and break the cycle. The choice is yours. Interrupt the pattern. Break free. Day 1 to 7, muck around with interrupting your emotional patterns. The next time you feel the urge, don't reach for the substance. Pause and ask yourself, what in the hell am I really feeling right now? Let that discomfort burn. Don't numb it. Face it. Picture how your future self will feel when you've broken free. You can do this. Day 8 to 14. Become a tyrant of disruption. Disrupt the urge, time it, stretch, breathe, drink water with your left hand. Anything. Change the response. Visualize freedom. Feel the urge. Then choose control. Watch it pass. You're not a puppet. You run the show now. What are 3 or 4 things you can do instead? Eat a handful of almonds. Feel the crunch. Get out of your head. Dance to Harry Styles. You think you can't? Prove it wrong. Call a friend. Talk. Laugh. Connect, iron your clothes, do something productive. Don't sit around. Feelings lie. Take control. I can't do this for you. You have to do it. Your feelings aren't real. They're temporary. You're stronger than this. Take control. Interrupt the pattern. Break free. Before we wrap up, I'd love to invite you on a short guided hypnosis session. You don't need to close your eyes unless it feels right. Just allow yourself to tune out the outside world and gently turn inward. If you're not quite ready or it's not your thing, that's completely okay too. Just listening with an open heart can still be powerful. This track is called Breaking the Cycle. It's designed to softly remind your nervous system that it's okay to relax. You're worthy of love and kindness. Your value is not defined by self-doubt. Healing and growth are already in motion. Your future is filled with possibility. So if you're in, let's begin. Take a moment to settle in, let your eyes close, and with your next breath in, begin to allow the outside world to soften, fade, and drift away. There's nothing to do, nothing to fix, just your breath, your body, and this moment. As you breathe in again, feel the air nourishing you, and as you breathe out, allow your shoulders to release, let your jaw relax, your eyes soften, your arms feel heavy. Now with each word I say, with each breath you take, you're slipping into a deeper state of calm awareness, clear, focused, and open to something new. Because something is changing, not because I say so, but because you have chosen it. A quiet, clear decision that begins right here inside you. In this peaceful state, I invite you to gently float forward in time, imagining waking up one morning weeks from now, maybe months, and you notice how light you feel. Your body's strong, steady and clean, your mind clear, calm, awake, your breath deeper, you laugh more easily, you handle challenges without falling into old spirals. You look in the mirror and see someone who's back in charge, and deep down you know you didn't escape your emotions, you mastered them. Your bank account's looking better, your energy lasts longer, you're more present with people you care about, more confident, more you. Feel that version of you. Let it settle into your chest like a soft, radiant glow. Now imagine if the old pattern kept running. Another year gone, more hours spent zoning out, numbing, spiraling, the tension in your body turning to pain, the anxiety growing louder, the isolation sinking deeper, the real you buried further beneath fake highs, momentary hits and shame. You've been there, you know how it feels, and you're done with it. Because what you used to feel like pleasure is now just poison dressed up in code, and your body knows it. You're done paying the price. And from now on, something else begins, a new way to calm, to feel, to breathe, movement, music, breath work, journaling, real connection, the kind of soothing that builds you instead of breaking you. Every day you find more ways to release emotion and still stay intact. You'll discover small pleasures that feed your strength instead of draining it. And from now on, the habit's no longer automatic. You notice the pull. Instead of reacting, you pause. You take a breath. You make a conscious choice. You ask yourself, is this building me or numbing me? And you answer truthfully, with power, with compassion. Even your environment begins to shift. You change the apps on your phone. You mute what drags you down. You step away from energy that keeps you stuck. Your space becomes your sanctuary, one small shift at a time, and you become less available for the things that used to steal your peace. And with every win, every time you show up differently, you feel it. You let yourself have that small, steady win of internal pride. You reward yourself with kindness, with progress, with moments of real joy, because you're not just breaking a habit, you're building a life. And now with all of that anchoring in, there's something growing deep inside you, a pleasure. Not the quick, hollow kind that disappears, but a real kind that expands with every choice you make. Each day this feeling builds, a quiet certainty, a radiant sense of freedom. The more you choose this path, the stronger that pleasure grows. It spreads through your chest, through your limbs, your breath, like a new life, clean, powerful, and real. You did this because of what you've decided to do. There'll be great pleasure growing inside you, and it will last. Because you made it real. Now, begin to return. Wriggle your fingers and toes, stretch out and open your eyes. Welcome back. Breathe deeply, slowly in and slowly out. And carry this with you. Thank you for being fully present and opening yourself up today. This hypnosis session gave you a taste of what it's like to feel without numbing, to sit with it, not escape it. You've crossed into a space most people spend their whole lives avoiding. But let's be honest, you're here because addiction's been running the show. It's lied to you. It's made you believe you need something outside yourself to survive. You don't. You've got to do this. You have to show up every day and choose something better, even when it's hard, even when you'd rather give in. Because if you don't interrupt the pattern, it will keep interrupting your life. This marks the completion of Module 4, Feel Without Numbing. And now we move on to the final stretch. You've already completed Module 1, Wake Up to the Pattern. Module 2, The Root and Relief. Module 3, Rewire the Habit Loop. Module 4, Feel Without Numbing. Module 5, Rebuild Your Life from the Inside Out. If you're still here, it means something in you wants freedom more than escape. So earn it, choose it, face your life head on, no more numbing, let's go. Let's cut the crap. Are you actually going to show up for Module 5? Or are you just going to keep lying to yourself? Because here's the truth, you don't get a new life by half-assing your healing. You don't get free by dipping a toe in. You break the cycle by burning the damn bridge behind and you refusing to go back. So what's it going to be? Keep numbing, keep stalling, keep playing the poor me victim card? Or are you going to finally get off your ass and do the work? Because guess what? No one's coming to fix you. You're the problem. You're also the solution. No more excuses, no stories, no more waiting for motivation to magically strike. You either build your future now or you rot in the past. This is your line in the sand. Module 5 is not for people who say they want change. It's for those who are ready to fight for it. So either you show up like your life depends on it or don't bother coming back.